How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for asking. So, how is your weekend going out?
Yeah, good. But after the session, I'm about to sleep because last night we had cricket tournament here, so I wasn't sleep well. So it's feeling headache little bit. So after
Okay.
maybe right now it's around 11:20. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe after lunch I have time to sleep, taking nap for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
weekend.
That's great. I
And
mean,
what
yes.
about yours?
What?
Any plans or just sessions on Clapingo?
No, I just have my sessions on Clapingo. I did enjoy on Friday itself because it was Good Friday and I had a day off from my work. So yeah, so I enjoyed all that I wanted to on Friday. So I devoted all my time to Clapingo on Saturday and Sunday.
It's also I think it's the Easter day. I think
Yeah, today is
Easter.
Easter Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's that actually people do at the time? I do not have any idea about that. If you
Okay. So basically, today Easter Sunday is where Jesus Christ is supposed to have resurrected. Like I mean, so I'm not very thorough with how this works, but then apparently um, Jesus Christ was killed and he was buried on Good Friday. And him being God, he resurrected, as in he became like he was no longer killed. He came back to life basically on this Sunday. So that is why Easter Sunday is kind of celebrated
that
as
means
though
there is
he's
any
risen.
connection between Good Friday because today is Sunday, Good Friday and Easter day.
So that is like 3 days from Good Friday. The third day is Sunday today, right? So he's supposed to have risen. He's supposed to have resurrected, and he's supposed to like um, come back to being his original self. So that's why they celebrate Easter Sunday. That there is no death for God.
Hmm. Yeah.
So God is always there. There's no death for God. So that's basically the celebration. Yeah, this is where the little bit of information that I know.
Yeah, I also do not have any idea about it. I like to enjoy or whatever the festival in our India. So I like to,
Mm,
but I do not have any knowledge about particular reason. Like in anything, it's about how it's created and it started from where. But I
mm.
just celebrate as a just normal people as a what as a festival. Just
Right, right, right. Okay. All right. So I think we are meeting for the very first time, right?
yeah, first
Yeah. So
time.
could you tell me something about yourself a little
Yeah,
bit?
my name is Nil. I'm from West Bengal, and
Mm-hmm.
my right now I'm in the city of Asansol. Maybe you have heard about that. And now I'm on Clapingo around 5 months, and
For
this
5 months.
for my 5 months, and this is first time I'm having session with you.
All right, great. So
And I
I
also
yeah.
don't know about you. Where are you from? I just know your name.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me introduce myself as well. So as you can see my name on the screen, I'm Ramya, and
Mhm.
I live in Delhi,
Okay.
and I work as a teacher in a school here in Delhi, and I teach English basically for high school students. And I'm usually free on the weekends, so I just thought I could like join Clapingo and help people with
Okay.
a little bit of knowledge that I know in the subject. So that's why I'm here.
Okay.
So I'm
So
basically from the south.
Mhm.
I'm from the south. My
you
native is
you
the
teach
south.
in private school or government school?
Private school.
Private school. So let
Hmm.
me, I don't know is it good or not, but I want to ask that question. Most of
Okay.
government school teachers, you are in work in private school, it's okay, but most of government school teachers, why they work there, but they try to take the admission of their kids in private school in English medium. So
Yeah.
what that type of things or mentality comes from? Like why they do not believe on their community? Like government teachers are their community we have, so we believe like no, if a football player they believe to the other football players, like we are
Hmm.
teammates. So all
Yeah.
teachers, they are also work like a teammate. So they should believe
Mm.
to each other's capability. So
Absolutely.
why this is not happening nowadays?
So what I think is that probably the quality of education as such can improve. Like you said, it's not like they do not trust the teachers who are there. It's probably um, the thing with government schools is that you really can't stick on to one school. If there is a vacancy in some other school, they transfer you. So the teachers keep changing constantly in government schools, that as far as I know. So that's point number one. Point number two is the standard of education as such. When it comes to private schools, they always do something more than what the what the government has laid as, as the basis for education. So when we look at holistic development of children, so that's when I think they move to private schools where they not only focus on academics but also a lot other things, extracurricular activities, sports. So there are specifics that these private schools focus on, and I think that could be one major reason why they prefer private schools for that matter. And also, the government schools, yes, of course, the fee is very minimal as compared to private schools, but um, you basically get a lot of benefits in private schools, is what I think is the reason why this could have happened. See, the thing is, my mother was also a teacher. She recently retired. She also worked in private schools, but only until certain, I think, until I was in grade 5 or something. I was in the same school as hers, and when I moved to like the higher secondary classes, she shifted me to a different school and a different curriculum as such. So there was a 360-degree turn in whatever I was doing. So I think it is more like what the schools offer apart from academics. Academics is going to be the same everywhere, but what more can my child get if my child goes to a private school? I think that is one of the reasons.
Yeah, so maybe every parent, they want for their child as a good education system. So in this case, I think government should take some decision about this. But nowadays, I can see that in Delhi, most of government schools are improving. It's
Yes.
very good for our country. So I should,
Yeah.
in all over India, we should know that we should get this type of education features or like, yeah. So I
I
also
think.
belong from
Yeah.
government school. My all studied from Bengali medium school. So that,
Okay.
so how do you feel that? Like most of the time I have seen, is it in Delhi is okay? It's developed already, so it's you can say the mega city. So maybe there is student peoples, they speak in English. So
Mm.
have you ever feel that in
Have you
English
ever
medium
felt
school?
that?
Yeah, have you ever felt that like in English medium schools, uh, all the time you speak in English or you also use your local languages?
We use our local language also. Not not during English classes, because this is a language. So I have to talk completely in English. I cannot talk to my students in the local language because I'm teaching a language. But when it comes to other subjects, say for example, if they are studying math or physics or chemistry, sometimes those teachers, in order to make the students understand the concept better, they speak in the native language and explain the concepts to them so that they can understand it better.
But out of the class, the same student using their own language. That's the reason they are not improving their English in communication. In because only they are speaking, they are studying in English in the school of the ground, in the ground. But out of the
Yeah.
ground, they are using their same other local languages.
Mm. They do, and I don't think there is anything wrong with it, because children these days, they watch a lot of movies, they watch a lot of series, so somehow they are able to pick up the language, even if they converse with their friends fully in their native language, but still, because of them having this exposure of watching movies or series, they are still able to cope up
Yeah, yeah,
and get the language, study the language in a better way. And
yeah.
of late,
There is
I would say that,
nothing. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
tell me.
There is nothing wrong to speak any languages, but reason is that parents, most of parents, they want my like if I have kids, so my wish like my kids studying
Mm,
in private school. That's mean English medium school. In India,
mm,
private school means English medium school. Then my
okay,
child should be speak it good English.
right.
So if when I see I have spent lot of money on my kids, and
Mm,
if she or he not speaking good English, so it's like disappointed for as a parent.
right.
So that's the reason of worries of parents. Oh my God. And this is sometime I have seen some in my relatives, they have some kids, but they are studying whole life in private school, but still they are not good at English. So sometimes they
Mm,
regret, oh my God, why did I took an admission in this private school if she or he
mm,
doesn't speak English up to
mm,
now she or he is in university, but they are still suffering for that their English communication.
mm. I get it. Uh, but it's just that the thing is, it has to come from home also. Like children, until and unless they are into the habit of reading any language for that matter, they will not be able to develop. And that is what I always tell my children also, to at least read. Um, I mean, one book for every 3 months. They have 120 days, and it's a book is not going to take that long to read. But if they are in constantly in touch with a particular book in any language for that matter that they wish to learn, because a lot of my students, they want to learn foreign languages like French or Spanish or German. They all want to learn that. The only way that you can learn language is to be in touch with the language constantly, either by reading or by listening or by speaking the language. You will be able to become a master of it, because I have my own mother tongue also, but still I was able to develop my English because of these habits. So
Yeah.
that is one thing that children should understand, because now the world is becoming very competitive. So if they're
Yeah.
going to take a step back and say that no, I'm not going to learn a particular language, then it is going to be difficult for them, because these children, they have very big ambitions, they have very big goals, and it's so nice to see how they have planned their life already.
Yeah.
Because if you ask them in when I was their age, I never had such plans. The kind of exposure that they have now is actually too much. So they are able to think ahead, and they are able to like make a concrete plan of everything. So that is why I keep telling them, so your ambitions are good, you have to work towards it to in order to achieve it. So that is something that I always keep telling them.
So
Yeah.
like we live in India, so we have a lot of languages here. So in our daily life, like if I'm at home, if I go outside, so in every moment, like someone is coming, if he knows that Hindi language, so I have to speak with him Hindi, or if no English, if no Santali, because we speak here multiple languages here.
Right.
So every time our movement is changing. But
Yes.
I feel that in India, nowadays we understand because of movies, songs, it's mixed in Punjabi song, in Hindi songs, there is
Yeah.
mixed. So we can also memorize the lines from the
Yes, the
TV
lyrics.
serial. Like my mother's, my parents, they do not understand what's
Mm.
going on television because my mother doesn't speak Hindi well, but
Mhm.
she used to watch television serials or movies in Hindi.
Okay. Mm.
That means she can understand, but she doesn't know how to
Can
speak.
speak back.
Broken
Right.
Hindi, broken
Mm-mm.
Hindi. Yeah.
Right.
The
That's
same
right.
thing we also have to apply these things on our kids who are learning, who want to learn.
Mm.
Just try to
Absolutely.
watch, at least start interesting
Mm.
things. We
That's
do
right.
not have to follow that old rules because I remember when I was in school in every city I was watching that I was looking for some English institute for improving
Mm.
English.
Mm.
So big boards speak English 30 days. That
Okay.
but nowadays everything I can see on social medias. No
Mm.
boards outside in my cities also.
Right.
It's more easy to learn any languages.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Okay. So it's almost time. I'm going to stop with the conversation here. Quick feedback before we wrap up the session. First, I see you as a very enthusiastic speaker, because I can see that in you that you really want to learn the language and improve your fluency. So I really appreciate you for the efforts that you're taking and the enthusiasm that you're showing to learn the language. The only comment that I've written down for you is that I feel you have to work a little bit more on your grammar, and especially two topics in grammar. One is tenses, and the other one is the usage of prepositions in, on, at. So I feel that that usage is not appropriate, and apart from that, it's the tenses. So these are the two aspects that you have to really work on when it comes to your um, language. So please try to read a lot. Please try to practice listening. So for you, I would definitely say that you could practice listening, because the more you listen to some audiobooks or podcasts, you will be able to understand the contextual usage of the grammar and the vocabulary words that they use. So in your free time, if you could just practice some listening, that will be really helpful for you.
Okay. I know that in preposition I make some mistakes, but I know that these things on, eat, or in, how to use, but while speaking, I don't know, it comes from my mouth wrongly, so I cannot do, but I'm still working on it. I
Absolutely.
just
No.
said still working on it, so I understand I have to use, but if by mistake I said I have to still working in it, so I then regret myself, oh, I made the mistake right now. Yeah, I
Right.
make the mistake, but after some time, after some moment, I realize, oh, that is the wrong sentence I had just made.
But it's good that you are able to find out or observe your own mistakes. So that is something not everybody can do. So that way, it's good that you're recognizing your mistakes. But if you can just be a little bit more aware of where you make the mistake, just take a pause there and reflect on what you just said and correct the sentence, then that would be great.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining. It was great having this conversation with you.
Yes, same here,
See
ma'am.
you
Thank
soon
you.
then.
Have a good weekend. See you. Bye.
You too. Take care. Bye bye.
Audio Jungle.